Hello, this tutorial is going to cover how to copy your previous course content into your fall course shell. So when you're at your dashboard, we want to go into the course that we want to copy the information into. So let's call that the destination course. So you got to look through and find the fall 2026 version. And here we are. Now, this course currently has a template, so we're going to want to do a little bit of prep here before we initiate the copy. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is go into, let's start with modules. And you don't have to worry about your syllabus. The syllabus is going to overwrite from the source course. So we're going to go into modules, and we're going to just go ahead and delete these modules because they're already in the source course. So we'll just click delete, and it should take everything out. And the same thing, there's only 3 to do. Delete, click OK, and then once more. Okay, so now our modules are clean, and they're going to come over exactly as they are from the source course. But we still have a couple more cleanup things to do for a course import like this. We're going to jump down now to pages. So in pages, same thing. If you import, you can get duplication. So this just is going to make things a little easier. If you don't delete things in the destination course, you can do it after the fact. But I'm going to do it before, so it's a little bit easier. So I'm going to view all pages, and then I'm just going to go ahead and select all of these. I'm not going to select the home page because you can't delete a page that is set as home page. So we'll take care of that in just a second. So once I select all of these, I'm going to go ahead and hit the trash can and delete. And now that that's confirmed, I'm going to go ahead here and say remove as front page. Now if you by chance edit it, you could keep this. It will duplicate. You'll have a home page 1 when you import. For me, I'm just going to delete it. And so now our pages is cleaned up. And we want to do the same thing for files. This isn't as critical, but it's nice to keep your courses clean without duplication. I'm going to just peek in some of these folders. They're probably empty. This is going to be template images. Don't need that. Course image. That's going to come over with the new course too, so we really don't need any of these. So we're going to go ahead and click all of them, and we're going to select the trash can and delete. And now we're going to go over, and there is, I think, an example quiz. Again, if you miss this, there's only one, so it's not really a big deal. I'm going to just go ahead and delete that, get that out of there. So quizzes are good. And then I think there's an example discussion. Actually, there's 2. We're going to go ahead and delete that. Let's see, go ahead and delete. And we're going to go ahead and delete this as well. Delete. Okay, so now we've got our quizzes, our files, discussions cleaned up. We can check assignments. There might be something straggler left behind. It looks like there is one here. So I'm just going to actually delete this whole container. It's not needed. Delete its assignments. Now, yeah, and you should, and this is a template, so there's nothing really in there. So delete group. We're good to go. We don't have anything for grades. There shouldn't be any rubrics. Double check our modules. Okay, now hit our home page. Alright, we're good to go. So now we're going to do import existing content, and we want to choose a course copy a Canvas course. Now when you drop this down, you should see the courses you previously taught. My role doesn't offer me that, so I have to manually search my course. So I'm going to do that. And then you find the course that you want to copy into the fall term. So it may be your one of your summer term classes, summer A1, summer A2, depending on which one you want to copy in. Make sure that it's the correct one. because if it's a 16-week fall class, you don't want to copy an 8-week subterm summer course in. So make sure you select the correct course that you want to come into it, and then you want to leave this checked, leave this checked. We're not going to do select specific content because we cleaned up the template prior to the import, and you can leave that set, and then you're going to add to import queue. And you want to watch this because it's going to leave this page open for a few minutes. It should stay queued, and then it's going to go into running, and you're going to see a progress bar. Once in a while, I have seen it where it goes queued and it stays queued. If we have a lot of people doing this at once, that may happen. You'll just want to check back, and if it doesn't go, you'll just re-import the course. Unfortunately, this takes a few minutes depending on the size of the course you're importing. Courses with large question banks, a lot of PowerPoint files, video will take longer than those with just text and web pages and things like that. So we're about 50%. You can click off the tab and do other things while this processes. For this tutorial, I'm just going to wait and let this finish. Okay, now that it's finished, you probably will have some issues. You can view them. They're probably really nothing that are that critically important. It's probably from some of the template files from the source course, because the template's most likely in there. I wouldn't worry too much about this. So I'm going to close that, and I'm going to go to my home page, and my course is copied, and it says your classic quizzes have been migrated to new quizzes, so that's great. We can close that. I'm going to just double check my course settings and check things here. We have the SSID, which is good. It's in the correct sub account, which if you don't know, don't worry about that. This will be grayed out for you. Everything's looking good, and the course is fully imported. I'm going to look at my modules. Nice and clean, real clean import. I don't have really any duplicates because we deleted them all. Check my course files. Looks good. Okay, looking real good. So go back to modules. Now, what I recommend is you're going to want to publish your modules. So I'm going to want my Getting Started module published, and I'm going to want my module 1 published. Now, I don't want students jumping into module 2 before week 2. That's the way I teach, so I'm going to say unpublished module in all items. Had this been set in the course you're pulling from, it would have pulled over the same settings. If the module itself is unpublished, like here, even though these are published, I don't think students will be able to go in and do those. But they're just links anyway, so they just be viewing the PDF. So that's not an issue. And I'm going to do this, and I would do the same thing for the other modules that I don't want published. Because when students land in the course, I only want them being able to work in the Getting Started stuff, and then week 1 and module 1, and then each week on Monday, I open up the next module, so I don't have students working ahead or anything like that. Then the next thing I'm going to do is go back to the home page, and if you had your front page selected, it looks like that copies over just fine. If it didn't, you would just choose your home page. You'd select your front page and then select home page 1. That should be most of your default home pages unless you change them, and if you change them, you should know which one that you need to use. So everything's good there, and then I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wait till Tuesday when classes go live, but you got to make sure that you publish the course, or students won't even be able to get in when classes start on Tuesday. So I'm going to wait till Tuesday to publish that, but everything else is pretty much ready to go and ready for students. The last thing I'm going to do is part of my course setup is go into settings, and I'm going to double check my navigation because I want to make sure students can get to that components that I use in my course. So I use a Vital Source textbook, so I do want that to be available. If you don't use the Vital Source, then you just want to disable that. I also want students to be able to see assignments, and I want them to see discussions. I understand that they're in modules, but once you know what's in a module, students should have the ability to just jump into discussions and they'll know which one they need to do. Or the same thing with assignments. Assignments I'll actually take off. I take that back. But you do want discussions. You're going to want quizzes, so they can just jump into the quiz. I'm going to go ahead and enable files, because there could be some issues if you upload a file to the files and then link it into modules. There could be issues with them accessing it, and I don't have anything in my files that I don't want them to see, so that's fine. You can leave it unchecked, and just note that if they can't get to it, you may gotta double check it here. I'm not going to do item banks. I think I'm going to leave assignments. That's a tough one. It's really up to the instructor's preference. Since it's clean in my course, I'm going to actually go ahead and enable it. Now that I've got everything enabled that I want to kind of organize things so that they look and they're easy for students to navigate. So the top should be home. Then you would normally have a search with standard design and web pages. Announcements, that's fine. And then grades are important to students. The syllabus is important. I think syllabus is probably a little bit more important than grades and announcements. So I'm going to put syllabus at the top. That's kind of the priority level. And then I've got grades enabled. If you don't enable grades, they won't be able to see their grades ever. So you want to make sure that's enabled. You want modules. Now, brain fuse, that's kind of less of importance on my list. I'm going to put that at the bottom. Course evaluations and surveys, I'm going to put that down. That's one of the end of the course things. Now, the vital source is my textbook, so I'm going to leave that down there. I'm going to move discussions up under modules. Then I think the flow would be, they probably would do the quiz after a reading, so that would be there. Then they would go in and probably do the discussions after they realize they read correctly, and then they would probably do assignments after discussions. Microsoft for Education is not something I see them using a lot. And then files, I'll just kind of leave that. I'll probably just throw that down at the bottom just so it's not really there for them, because they shouldn't need to go in there for anything. So I've got my course navigation. Now this is what students see. It's good to go. So now I'm going to go ahead and save that. And the last thing I'm going to do is just do a quick check back in the home page. I'm going to do view as a student and make sure that everything's viewing properly. My banner's good, my buttons are good, my images are good, everything looks good. And I'm going to go into modules, and I can see that my navigation is visible to the student as well, just the way we set it. My modules are good, and it looks like you see how module 1 is there, but then it skips to module 4. That's because I disabled those modules, so I know that's working. So I go back in and continue turning off the modules that I don't want them to see. Many of your courses may have like an imported from previous course content module. I would hide that as well. And so all the students are going to see in my course on the first day is the getting started in module 1. And I've confirmed that by checking student view, and we've set up our course navigation. So I'm going to leave student view, and you should be good to go for the start of fall semester. I hope this tutorial helps. If you have difficulties or problems, please contact us at support@unionky.edu, and we will help you with your courses. Thanks.